Today we get to enjoy the company of being on board the Baysmart Express, a 111-foot ship that was turned from a cruise swift ship to a floating school. As we walk on board, you'll see numerous designs that have been updated to make her the way she is to our fabulously floating school that we use to educate people about Galveston Island, the Galveston Ship Channel, and life on the water. For further questions, don't forget to hesitate to call us at 409-572-2561 for any tours or charters that you would love. Down towards the crew-only area. Welcome to our main cabin space, which is also our classroom and technology lab. Here we are making our way down into the lazarette. Take a trip down into our engine room and machinery space. So you guys define for me one moment that really made you decide you wanted to be a crew member on the Baysmart Express.
Well, I think that's easy for me because, as I mentioned before, the Baysmart Express was in the shipyard being rebuilt or refit, and I was watching it refit, and I had worked in an office capacity for a little while, and it was time for me to get back on the water. So this seemed like a good fit, a great opportunity, kind of pulled all of my experience together, and to be able to educate kids up and coming, it seemed like it would be the next step for me. Keith?
Well, moving to the Gulf Coast, I obviously wanted to be involved with the maritime community because it's so extensive down here. And seeing this opportunity to join the crew of this ship as she was being built, and the vision and the mission that she was assigned to as far as educating kids in the maritime industry appealed to me. I had worked as a teacher in some of the trade schools up in the Northeast, and it seemed to be a good fit for me. So when the job advertisement came out that they were looking for someone to crew her up, I was first to sign up, and happy to be here.
And I had worked previously on other ships and had a long background in scouting, and this just seemed like a perfect fit because it covered so many of the things that I already enjoyed doing.
Can you guys give us what's the most important tool that you use on a daily basis?
I think that one's easy for me. It's my telephone. I can check the radar, I can check tides, I even have a chart program on my phone. I can call or take pictures. It's most easily, my phone also has a flashlight. I a calculator. I've got it all right here. With the technology is fabulous today.
I would have to say my senses, all my senses, the sense of sound, feel, touch, smell, as the engineer aboard, and I've developed a sense of when everything is normal on board the ship. When I come aboard, it takes me about 5 minutes to decide if everything is running in a normal manner and there's no problems. And it's kind of a sensory perception. It's really hard to describe it as a tool, but I guess it would be exactly that. It would be a tool.
I think mine would be the ability to multitask and change directions really quickly. It seems like I get going on one task and something else comes up, and being able to balance all that and keep it all together is really
beautiful. So, can you guys give us a little bit of background of how you came into this maritime career and how you began to where you are now?
First, my father was in the Navy, and when he retired, he moved our family onto a sailboat, and I lived on a sailboat for about 4.5 years. And during that time, I would teach sailing at Annapolis Sailing School, and I was looking forward to a college degree and a way to pay for it. So I decided if I got a captain's license, it would pay for a college education. I would work in the summer as a captain, and then go to school in the fall and the spring, then come back and work in the summer. So that was the start of it. I found out that I could make more money on passenger carrying vessels like the Baysmart Express than I could teaching sailing. So I was motivated for that to go into passenger carrying vessels, and I've been doing that for about 32 years.
Well, I started off a week after I graduated high school. I joined the U.S. Navy with the express intent of becoming a submariner. My whole young life I've been fascinated by submarines and the technology and just the whole idea of being under water. And got there as fast as I could, and spent 3.5 years on board the nuclear fast attack submarine USS Burgall. And we spent a lot of time deployed, and I got to do some pretty cool stuff aboard her. After the USS Burgall, the submarine service, I transferred to the U.S. Coast Guard, where I spent a bunch of time doing various jobs, from being on a Coast Guard cutter in Alaska to a vessel traffic service in New York City to being the executive petty officer of a tactical law enforcement team and globally deployable around the world at a moment's notice, and that was pretty fun. All that training and experience that I gathered while I was in the military, after I got out, I'm trying to transition that time and experience toward my civilian licensing, and the process is in full force here, and I hope to have my civilian credentials within a short amount of time.
So I grew up on the Gulf Coast and started sailing when I was like 11 or 12 through the scouting programs, and then I got into college and realized, oh gosh, I need a job, I need to pay for things, and started working on passenger vessels in the Galveston Clear Lake area when I was 18, and then realized, oh my gosh, I have enough time, I can get a captain's license. And so I did that and used that to, as Margaret said, work your way through school. It's a really good option, and then moved my way out here.
All right. What motivates you to get up in the morning, every single morning, and come to work?
So on top of the beautiful view out here, I think each other, we get along really, really well, and we work really well as a team. And when you enjoy your coworkers and where you work, it makes getting up super easy.
It's a beautiful fit. Between the three of us, the skills that we bring, our personalities, it really works. And so
Well, my answer was going to be coffee, so I'm feeling a little.
Well, Keith always says that he's around a little too much estrogen, which is a little bit offset on a vessel like this. But then also I just wanted to remind you that what a beautiful day it is, and this is perfect for this interview, that it is not always like this, which is also attractive because that brings new challenges when the weather changes.
So what we're going to do now is actually have a fun game with our Baysmart crew. So I want each of you to come up with the first word that comes to mind after I say a specific word. The first word that I have is water.
Blue.
Flat.
Bottle.
The second word, boat.
Big.
Wood.
Ship.
Third word, work.
Pleasure.
Easy.
Fun.
Fourth, Galveston.
Beautiful.
Sand.
Home.
Fifth, effort.
I'm sorry, what?
Effort.
Challenge.
100%.
I like that. All right, we'll go with the motion. I like that.
Yeah. Power.
Next one, dolphin.
Soft.
Eyeball.
Cruise.
Another,
Wait a minute.
Texas.
I think we need to go this way.
All right, so let's go backwards now.
Well, you might have
Cassidy.
another like punching
I was
motion
just
because
kidding. I was kidding.
You don't want that one, Cassidy. What's Texas to you?
home.
Keith?
Big.
That was going to be mine. I'm going to say hot.
Waves.
Surfing.
Got another?
Jump in there.
Got it?
Let's see.
Beach.
I like emotion.
Okay. Another, causeway.
Traffic.
I'm with Keith. Traffic.
Bridge.
Second to last, industry.
Smokestack.
Petrochem.
Variety.
Final one, maritime.
Job.
Keith, Cassidy, and myself.
I like it. Well done. Well, thank you so much. Do you guys have anything else you'd like to say to our final guest at SSBG?
Come visit. Come for a cruise. Learn. We'll educate you.